Hello everyone, my name is Akshay Kinkre and I'm here to talk about a very new agreement that has been uh, settled and drawn between the G7 nations over the weekend in the G7 UK summit between the finance minister, and that is on the minimum corporate tax rate of 15% globally. Now, since yesterday, I have got so many calls from my known circles, and there has been a lot of discussion uh, which has transpired, and the questions revolved really around how would the G7 countries determine the global tax rate of 15%, how it will be implemented, whether India is a part to it, whether the G20 subscribes to it, uh, whether the OECD has similar thought process of getting all the countries tax aligned at 15%, and whether indeed such groups like G7 and G20 have a right and power to determine the global tax rate of 15%. Frankly, I do not have many of these answers at this point of time, but surely because I have been in the field of taxes and international tax, I can throw some light, and there could be some derivation that could happen out of the today's discussion that we are uh, going to undertake. Now, before we really get into understanding of the 15% minimum corporate tax, let's understand why are taxes necessary. So, first of all, taxes are necessary, and the reason is precisely the same as if you are a corporate housing society and you are paying a maintenance on a month on month basis to keep the activities of the society ongoing. So, similarly, to keep the activities of a nation ongoing, the businesses, the individuals, the products, goods, and services needs to pay taxes. Now, taxes could be derived through various mechanisms, but ultimately, the use of those taxes are to fund the government activities, the infrastructure development, the defense, the education, and the various agendas that are set in the budget. So that's typically the income of the government based on which they run the entire economy. Now, which brings me to my second question as to why certain countries, of course, we all know those countries like the UAE, the Bahamas, yeah, the Jerseys, they don't have full-fledged tax, and most of the time they could be considered as tax havens. Some may not be, but most of them are because they offer an attractive rate of 0% of taxes. Now, why these countries do not have tax? The reason is simple, because these countries have other stream of revenues. Now, if I equate this particular discussion to the discussion with the corporate housing society, so if your corporate housing society has a swimming pool, it has a banquet hall, it has a gymnasium, and it is earning revenue out of these amenities that are provided, then you definitely do not need the maintenance, or you need lower maintenance. Similarly, in a country, if there are other amenities like travel, if there are other amenities like oil and gas, uh, if a country is earning through an investment means, then they do not see a reason for taxing their own citizens. And that is the reason why certain countries do not have taxes. Now, it's about ultimately the objective that the country needs to achieve, but somehow this 0% tax and a 30% tax and a 20% tax has ultimately led to a tax competitiveness and something called as race to the bottom, so that each country is trying to lower its taxes to attract either the foreign investments uh, or maybe the investors themselves in the country. Uh, and that somewhere takes me to the third point on the incentives that the multinationals have to set up in the non-tax jurisdictions. So generally multinationals, which could be multinationals coming from bigger jurisdictions like the US or the UK or France, when they want to do business across their countries, they might like to set up certain activities and functions in low tax jurisdictions so that their global businesses where they are doing, they keep minimum profits outside their country and keep profits in a jurisdictions which are tax free as well as well protected for. So because of this, the overall tax impact on a multinational company which is doing business cross border somewhere falls down, and that is what we call as effective tax rate. And these multinationals ultimately uh, have a very clear objective to reduce the effective tax rate by building their structure and value chain around the low tax or no tax jurisdictions. The ultimate result of that is surely tax avoidance, and which means that there are schemes which could be legal, but that might be somewhere not having a great substance to prove. So with a legal documentation and legal means, uh, the no tax countries end up having maximum value, which is ultimately not taxed in the entire supply chain. That results into tax avoidance, which either leads to shifting of profits from where the activities are undertaken in a jurisdiction, or possibly erodes an entire base. A base means an infrastructure which is able to generate profits year on year. So if you are able to take the entire infrastructure away from one country and place that infrastructure in a low tax country, then the objective of achieving a low tax at an overall level could be met. So this all results into tax avoidance, and ultimately that results into a profit shifting and base erosion from developing nations as well as developed nations. Now that's the reason why the G7 countries have come together, and surely there is a G20 summit which is going to be held next month, and possibly this could be one of the agenda in that particular meeting also, that a global effective tax rate of 15% being committed to. I think this would be on a consolidated basis. Now frankly, tackling my next question on how a 15% corporate tax could be achieved, the implementation and the modus operandi of how this 15% would be achieved is not yet clear, but in the past we have seen rules like the place of effective management or a controlled foreign company could be used to tax a particular corporation at a consolidated level. So possibly they could look at having an effective tax rate on a consolidated level at a 15% bare minimum, which means if you are doing business through UAE and your tax rate is 0, and if you are doing business through India, your tax rate is 20. I will add the profits from Dubai, I will add the profits from India, and see on the global revenue what is the type of taxes you have paid, and if that tax is going to be less than 15%, possibly at the India level there would be certain adjustments made to get the tax up to 15%. So but this is just my guess, this is just a crystal ball gazing that I'm doing. This is not very clear in terms of how they would achieve this, but this could be one of the mechanisms to achieve a 15% corporate tax rate at the minimum level. uh, any group of countries, maybe these are 20 countries or say 7 countries, they cannot really overrule a country's sovereign right to tax or not to tax, and hence no country can force another country to tax a particular income. So if you ask whether UAE will start charging 15%, the answer in all fairness would be no. UAE could still maintain a 0%, but as I said, the implementation is something that we need to see how that could happen. Uh, Most probably and certainly there could be certain thresholds that could be built in, uh, because if a 15% tax rate applies to all the corporations, then it would be a big administrative mess. That's why something like a master file or country by country reporting, how there are thresholds, there could be certain thresholds that could be envisaged for putting this particular rule. So it will not apply to majorly 80 to 90% corporations, but those 10 top corporations, uh, where there is a possibility of tax avoidance, so they will try to catch the larger fish. That's what my feel is. Another important factor to consider here is there are certain business models which are high on valuations, but these end up making a loss. So what about those? So this is something that needs a thorough understanding and research and analysis, because these are big businesses that could be booking a year on year loss, but ultimately their valuation is extremely high. So these are typically those e-commerce based businesses. So we need to see how this 15% tax rule could apply on such companies. Okay. And as I said earlier, the implementation in this case would be the key. And of course, from an India point of view, if there are certain minimum standards being framed across this at the OECD level or at the UN level or at the G20 or G7 level, that could surely act favorably from an India perspective. I think this is all from my side at this point of time. I just thought of giving you a quick glimpse into what this 15% tax needs to offer and a little bit of my understanding around it. If you have any further comments, you can, of course, put a comment here and, of course, write to me on my email. Till then, I'm signing off. Thanks a lot for a patient hearing. Thank you.